Conspiracy or not, people lost their life. You know, I think about all the tragedies that have happened. And today's a day, the 20th anniversary of September 11th. And there's been so many other tragedies that have happened around our world where people sit and they talk about the conspiracy of whether it actually happened the way that it was said to have happened, or whether or not there was another reason that it happened. And this happens with so many different tragedies that happen in our lives. And I heard all the conspiracies around September 11th back. I still remember the day of September 11th. Obviously, I was alive and watching in horror on television and listening about it. And then months and years after the fact, all the conspiracies about that. And I could mention many other tragedies that have happened around the world in regards to people losing their life. And the thing that matters isn't necessarily how or why it happened. Yes, people need to be brought to justice. Yes, the truth needs to come out. But the number one thing, though, is like some of the things that I read today and a couple videos I watched, people lost their life, right? People lost their moms, their dads, their sister, their brothers, right? Their friends. And people, instead of focusing on helping people heal and get past the trauma of it, actually made it worse for many people because the conspiracies were plentiful. And again, it's not just September 11th. That's happened throughout history. If you actually follow history and you read about history and you can appreciate history, people focus on the conspiracy of how things happened and forget about those that have fallen, that have lost their life, the people that are left behind to pick up the pieces of their lives, knowing that their loved one has died in a tragedy and that they're never going to see them again, is really what we need to help people get through. Again, there should be truth. There should be justice. There should be, something, somebody, anybody held responsible for it. But they focus so much energy on it and talking about it that they constantly are ripping open the wounds of the survivors and not helping the survivors heal and get past the trauma that they're going through and are going to continue to go through. I can imagine even 20 years later, there's still people suffering from severe trauma from September 11th. So to my American friends and family, God bless you all. I can't imagine the pain and suffering that some of you are still feeling 20 years later. But know that I'm here for you. You can reach out to me. We can communicate. You can just vent at me. Even 20 years later, it is something that was tragic. And whether it happened the way people say it happened, whether or not some of it's true, all of it's true, doesn't matter at this point. What matters, though, is that you are worthy. Your families that survived that event, that lost loved ones, are worthy of our love and support and caring. So don't worry about the conspiracy. Don't worry about talking about it today, how it happened, what happened, exact details of what happened, who did it, who didn't do it. Was it truthful? Did it happen exactly the way that the media laid it out or the government laid it out? It really doesn't matter. What matters is that there were survivors of that event that lost loved ones, and they need your compassion, your caring, your empathy today. And if I was there and I knew people specifically, which I do know a couple, but if I was around those people and I was in the States today and I was around somebody that was affected directly by that trauma, that tragedy, I would give you a hug. I would let you know how much you're loved and how much you're appreciated. And I would kneel and say a prayer for all those that were lost in that tragedy. The first responders that sacrificed their lives to save, countless people were saved because of their selfless act and putting their life on the line to save other people's loved ones. and losing themselves to their loved ones. So I hope this makes sense. Have a heart, be compassionate, realize that life isn't always about knowing every single detail while you're leaving the loved ones that survived behind, and that involves any tragedy. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. God bless you all. Peace out, and stay out of trouble and stay safe.